There are 400,000 individual trucking owners in America today that they own their own truck. Of those 400,000, 39% are veterans. Less than 1% of our citizens serve in our military, and yet 39% of these entrepreneurs in this one industry are veterans. That is not a statistical anomaly. That is hard evidence of a successful transition from what you folks have learned in our military into an industry that's ideally suited for you.
Coming from the Marine Corps to a business like this was just fantastic, because I tried to do a little bit of college, didn't want that, went into a trade, and was able to make the kind of money that I wanted. I was able to have the benefits that I wanted, and to be home when I wanted to be. So it worked out great.
We're here at U.S. Army Garrison Bavaria with Bill McLennan. He's the CEO of Fastport. Now, describe Fastport to us. What exactly is it, and what does it do to help connect vets to jobs?
Thank you, Hitha. It's a pleasure to be here and pleasure to be talking with you about this. Fastport, we're a technology company that's providing an on-ramp for veterans and trucking companies to match the capabilities of the veterans and get them jobs in the great trucking industry that we have. Our folks in the military are uniquely qualified for the trucking industry because they already work for the largest, most complex supply chain organization in the world. And that's why we're here. We're here to try to bridge that gap and get those veterans great jobs with great employers in the trucking industry.
Tell us about the changes that are happening in the trucking industry, and how is it so sexy? What can you do in the trucking industry now? Yeah,
the industry is probably misunderstood. People think that it's just long haul driving and it's an unhealthy profession. Those are two of the misconceptions about the industry. Technology's enabled that the length of the hauls to be shorter, so there's more jobs with more home time. The fact that manufacturing has moved offshore, more goods and materials are coming into seaports, into airports, and into rail yards. So this element of intermodal trucking is increasing faster than the broader economy, and those are great day jobs, right? And from an industry perspective, trucking is one of the most important industries in America. 73% of all goods move on a truck. $600 billion in total revenue in the industry. Truckers, they help build America by driving our flatbeds with steel and concrete and glass to construction sites, and trucking helps feed America by taking vegetables from the farms and getting to the grocery stores. Trucking helps heal America. The first picture you see on the news after a disaster is the lines of trucks, the drivers that are there to provide relief to our citizens. So in a lot of ways, it's very much like the military, and these drivers, you'll see an awful lot of drivers that are former military. It's still a way to serve your country. And there's some really cool jobs in trucking too, from moving, I use the example of zoo animals, right, to rock bands. Those are very specialized, high-skilled jobs that pay very, very, very well.
Almost 1 out of 2 vets become unemployed when they transition home because they don't have the right, proper tools to help them get jobs. If you could advise some of those vets that are transitioning, what would you tell them?
My experience with veterans, Hitha, is that they don't really know where to go to or how to start sometimes. And that's why we're really on a platform of education. We're trying to educate all veterans about the industry, and I'm also looking backwards and trying to educate the industry about the veterans.
This could be an opportunity not only for small business owners and entrepreneurs, but also for women. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, there's about 9% of the commercial drivers in America are women, and we're starting to see a greater influx as more women understand that there's terrific opportunities. And I always like to use the example of one of Conway's drivers, Stephanie Klang, who was selected as one of the best drivers in America last year. And so women can perform very, very well in this industry, and they do well because they've got a lot of customer skills, a lot of interpersonal skills. You'll see a lot of women, they start by becoming a company driver, then they'll become an owner-operator, then a fleet owner, and they'll have their own business or agency where they work for other companies. So to me, it's an exciting part of the industry as well, and it's a pleasure to see more women get into the industry.
You're passionate about helping vets. Tell me why.
It's personal for me. My dad was in the Army and he came back from Vietnam with a Bronze Star, Purple Heart, but couldn't get a job. And as a 12-year-old boy, so as a young boy, I couldn't do anything to help my family, but I'm fortunate enough to be in a position today where I can help 50,000 veterans get great jobs in the industry. And that's what I've committed to do with a partnership with Chamber of Commerce through their Hiring Our Heroes program, is to educate, motivate, inspire, and hire 50,000 veterans into the great trucking industry with great employers.
Bill McLennan, CEO of Fastport, thank you so much for joining me here in Bavaria. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much, Hitha. My pleasure.